David Fincher's Seven, released in 1995, is a masterclass in oppressive atmospherics, a noir-tinged allegory masquerading as a detective thriller. Its unrelenting bleakness and almost sadistic refusal to offer any catharsis have secured its place in the annals of iconic cinema, but the film isn't immune to critique. Strip away the expertly muted cinematography, the evocative score, and Morgan Freeman's gravitas, and what's left is a morality play that dances precariously on the edge of pretension. Let's start with the script. Andrew Kevin Walker's screenplay delights in its own grotesque cleverness. The conceit of sins manifesting in elaborate crime scenes screams of a writer both immensely talented and perhaps too aware of that talent. Each tableau is meticulously grotesque, crafted to bludgeon the viewer with its audacity. It works, but does it really? Consider the first murder gluttony. A man forced to eat until his stomach bursts is undeniably horrifying, but it's also weirdly cartoonish, like something devised by a particularly grim Looney Tunes writer. The murder schemes often feel more like abstract art installations than crimes that a human being, deranged or not, would bother to enact. Then there's the dialogue. Seven isn't just dark, it's positively monochromatic. Every line spoken feels designed to reinforce how broken and grim the world is. Detective Somerset, played by Morgan Freeman, is the weary sage, delivering aphorisms about the collapse of civilization. Detective Mills, portrayed by Brad Pitt, is his foil, the brash idealist whose naivety is ground to dust by the plot. Their interplay works well enough, but it sometimes veers into self-parody. When Mills declares, "What's the point?" for what feels like the 10th time, you can almost hear Fincher whispering, "Make sure they feel the nihilism." Fincher's direction is of course meticulous. Few directors have his knack for creating a setting that feels like a character. The unnamed city where Seven takes place is a perpetually rain-soaked nightmare, a visual metaphor for moral decay. It's as if Fincher found Gotham City and said, "Nope, not miserable enough." And while the atmosphere is undeniably effective, one wonders if its relentless misery becomes a crutch. Does the film truly engage with its themes, or does it rely on mood and visuals to imply depth? Which brings us to John Doe, the film's villain and the personification of its thesis. His murders are supposed to be a twisted commentary on sin and humanity's apathy, but his philosophy is, at its core, sophomoric, a Reddit thread come to life, albeit one with terrifying real-world consequences. Doe's monologues are chilling but shallow, the kind of faux intellectual drivel that would be torn apart in any first-year philosophy class. Yet the film treats him with a reverence that suggests he's making profound points. The final act is where Seven either cements itself as genius or alienates its audience entirely. The box scene is iconic, and deservedly so. It's a shocking gut punch that redefines the stakes. But the sheer audacity of the twist risks tipping the film into melodrama. The resolution forces us to confront the futility of justice in a world designed to break good men, but it does so in a way that feels more like a dare than a revelation. Ultimately, Seven is a film that thrives on its contradictions. It's brilliant yet self-important, visceral yet oddly detached. It's a grim sermon delivered with the intensity of a hammer blow, effective but exhausting, and perhaps that's the point. Fincher doesn't want you to enjoy Seven, he wants you to endure it. Whether that's a mark of artistic integrity or a perverse kind of audience manipulation is up for debate. Either way, it's an unforgettable ride, though one you might not want to take twice. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Quirky Critic signing out.